So, fellow Toastmasters, allow me to join me in welcoming our target speaker for tonight, Toastmaster Abhay Nimbalkar.
Thank you. Very well.
So, Toastmaster Abhay Nimbalkar. Fear cuts deeper than sword. Fear cuts deeper than sword. Toastmaster Abhay Nimbalkar.
I was woken up by the ship's bell on the fateful night of the 2nd of December, 2011. I ran up to my ship's bridge to see what had happened. It was pitch dark outside. I looked out through the binoculars, and with what I saw, my body froze with fear. I could see pirates approaching my ship. We were under attack. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, this is Captain Abhay saluting you all as he takes you through his journey on board his ship. So here was my ship passing through the Gulf of Aden, an area notoriously known for its pirates. I rang the emergency alarm to alert my crew, who came up running to the bridge, all of them wearing their life jackets, huddled up together with fear written all over their faces, with most perhaps wondering if this would be their last hour. As the pirate boats came in closer, the gunshots grew louder. Tack, 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 threatening me to slow down my ship and surrender or die. There were a million thoughts that crossed my mind at that moment, as my decision would be the difference between life and death for my crew and myself. As I faced death, I was afraid. I was petrified. I wanted to cry. Then within a flash, I remembered my father's favorite words. He used to say, "Brave is not a man who does not feel fear, but the one who conquers fear." Brave is not a man who does not feel fear, but the one who conquers fear. Fellow Toastmasters, I conquered fear that night, as I did not give in to the empty threats of the pirates. And instead of reducing, I increased my ship speed, leaving the pirates far behind, which saved the lives of my crew and myself. When I was born, my parents named me Abhay, which in Hindi means fearless. I was quite the exact opposite of that growing up. In my 20s, I was in love with this most beautiful girl called Riva. Oh, was she gorgeous? Her hair was a rich shade of mahogany which flowed through her porcelain-like skin. Her eyes so bright that they would brighten up the entire room. Her nose straight, her lips full. She was the picture of perfection. I always wanted to tell Riva how much I loved her, how much I cared for her. But each time I wanted to tell her that, it was fear that always got the better of me. So Riva never knew how I felt about her. Many years later, I bumped into Riva again, this time in a shopping mall. She looked as beautiful as she did many years back, but now she had two equally beautiful children and a not so beautiful husband. We chatted for a few minutes and then decided to take the conversation over dinner that night. I waited at our favorite restaurant for Riva to come. She came in alone, telling me her husband was not keeping well. Like I cared. We chatted over our favorite cocktails, talking about the lovely times we had many years back, our friendship, our common friends. And during the course of the conversation, I finally mustered the courage to tell Riva what I felt about her many years back. She looked at me and she couldn't stop laughing at my confession. And I was embarrassed. Later that night, when the evening ended, I went to drop Riva to the parking lot. And as we said our final goodbyes, she held my hand. And while giving me a parting hug, she whispered in my ears, "Abhay, I wish you would have confessed earlier. Abhay, I wish you would have confessed earlier." Later that night, with Riva long gone from my life, I sat there in the parking lot all by myself with a tear in my eye. I had lost Riva to fear. I had lost my love to fear. Fellow Toastmasters, you can either live your dreams or you can live your fears. Fear is an illusion of the mind. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear, would you want fear to stop you from achieving your potential? Do you want fear to take your love away from you? Behind fear is the person you want to be. In February 2015, I met this most amazing woman in Bangalore, India. It took me 1 long year to get over my fears of expressing my love to her. I finally got over that, and on the 1st of May, exactly 3 weeks back, I got married to her. My wife Shweta today sits amongst us as a living testimony of what you can achieve when you overcome your fears. What you can achieve when you overcome your fears. Which brings me back to my father's favorite words. Brave is not a man who does not feel fear, but the one who conquers fear. Constraint.
Toastmaster Faseela Moidini, contestant number 1.
Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, guests, good evening. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinay, for that powerful, inspiring speech with a profound take-home message. Today, our speaker amazed me with a speech that was a unique combination of a powerful story, great content, excellent body language, and good stage presence. There are many aspects I found truly commendable about your speech. First, you delivered a vivid story, a powerful story that drew me into your speech. And you left a powerful message. Never lose your valuable, most precious things because of fear. And it is your story that added credibility to this message. You had an excellent plot. There was a period of crisis, and you rose from adversity by overcoming that fear. You inspired the audience and called us to action. What I liked is the way you synchronized your voice, body movements, facial expressions, and gestures with the flow of events and the characters involved that brought life and emotion into your story. In the process, you used excellent rhetorical devices, powerful quotes, and you added value and meaning to your message. You also evoked vivid imagery. I felt as if everything was happening before my eyes. You also used subtle humor, excellent use of stage, and great speech delivery. Now, I have a couple of points on how we can tweak this amazing speech into a winning international speech. Number one, you could have brought in more vocal variety by dramatizing a couple of characters in your story using good voice modulation. That would have enhanced your speech further. You could have also asked us a couple of engaging questions to set us thinking. That would have built a stronger connection. I now would like to comment about your use of anchor words, punchlines. You did have an anchor word, to rise out of fear. Had you used this strategically and consistently with humor, with emotion at various points within your speech, you could have brought your message into perspective and left a lasting impression. For example, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. Epic punchline by Dhananjaya. Overall, it was a powerful, inspiring speech that had special meaning for me. You have excellent aptitude for storytelling, and you have the ability to inspire and influence people. However, by working a bit more on your dialogue, finer techniques to engage the audience, and your anchor words, you can take this speech into a winning international speech. Over to you.